Yo, welcome back to the Lost Talks podcast, episode 67, man. Man, oh man.
67.
67.
Woo! Doing a lot.
67. Can you guys name another pod in the city that...
Jeez. That's done 67
I'm in a mood
episodes?
today.
I mean, we know of Extra Gravy. Shout out them. They don't
Shout
know.
out Extra Gravy,
They don't know
man.
who we are, but shout out them.
Yeah, shout out to Extra Gravy.
You know what I'm saying?
I think Extra Gravy, and I haven't really looked into a lot of podcasts here in the city, but I think Extra Gravy is top in the city. Like,
If you listen to Extra Gravy,
Just based on like not even having to dig too deep.
Yeah.
And just that is the one that comes up, right?
the one that comes
yeah.
up.
if you listen to Extra Gravy's like old shit, because they've been doing it for several years now. They sound like us, bro. When we first started, like fucking just meandering on about random shit. It's like, they're more structured now, but they
It's once there's a way to make money off of it, then that's when you start structuring it. But for now, it's just about, seeing who actually fucks with it and
yeah, exactly. Yeah, they've been doing it for several years. I don't know, 2017, 2018, something like that.
something like that.
yeah.
Yeah, so
Shouts out Extra Gravy, bro. But other than Extra Gravy,
Yeah, like
who
there's-
else is dropping podcasts a week?
like maybe I'm just ignorant. Like I'm sure there's lots of podcasts in Toronto about other things that we don't care about. Like I mean, I'm sure there's gossip ones and true crime ones and whatever.
we love hip hop.
Shit about
Shouts out those guys too.
yeah. There's shit about every topic imaginable, right? Business and finance, all that shit. I'm sure there's tons in Toronto about that shit. But like our little niche world, whatever you want to call it, the comedy, hip hop thing,
Art,
Toronto.
business,
Toronto.
Yeah.
Toronto,
art, Toronto, hip hop, comedy,
drug world.
Yeah.
drug world.
Yeah, like, if you were to, there's those niche ones where it's like if you're interested in a specific topic, but I think for ours, it's kind of like if you're from Toronto, I think that's what it kind of is, right?
That's
It's
what-
like if you like the things that are like in the culture of Toronto, at least, you know.
Yeah, I was really trying to not use the word urban,
Yeah.
but basically,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a racist term now.
I'm not trying to use that word.
Well,
but
it always was, but
Yeah.
it's right more.
Well, I guess
recognized.
urban in the sense of like we're living in like a city rather than it being about like a
Colored
certain.
people,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
But yeah, man, I just don't know, man. I just don't know what other pod is doing this, dropping weekly. I just hear a lot of excuses from a lot of other podcasts, and the ones that are getting the love deserve it, like Extra Gravy.
Oh, and also with video every week.
with video every week. You know what I mean?
Because mans could be doing an audio podcast every week. That's not that
That's
hard.
light
Bro,
work.
we
But
could
we
probably
put
do
out
like
a video
3 of those
every.
week.
Yeah, we put out a video every week.
That's so fucking light. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
An audio podcast.
And we were just talking about this before too. Mans are also dropping reactions every week.
Yeah,
and you
you
don't
know?
consider yourselves YouTubers yet.
No, we don't. We were talking about off the
know?
pod. Like we have about 20.
But technically, that is the biggest thing that all of us are dealing with right now is the reactions.
Real shit.
Yeah,
that's
that's
the
actually
most, getting the most traction.
That's our most successful
Yeah.
grind, if you will. We have 2,100 followers or subscribers, I should say, on YouTube, and we don't even call ourselves YouTubers. And we're not trying to be pretentious or whatever. It's just like literally, I just don't think I'm a YouTuber. Like I don't think I will.
Like that's a hobby.
Yeah. We dedicate one day to recording that a week. It's not even a day. It's like 3 hours of the day.
Because right now we're just doing Harry Potter.
Yeah. Yeah, basically. Because we're trying to get that whole series done because the fans want it. And we're trying to give what the fans want.
Yeah.
And then when we're done, they're all going to unsubscribe. So,
Yeah, literally.
like, I don't know. Think about it. When we're done,
Well, there's
what are they gonna
They
do?
won't unsubscribe. 'cause
There's
like,
the Harry Potter series coming out, right?
Oh, is there?
I think so. There's a TV show coming out, and
Because that's what I was gonna say.
you could do the Fantastic Beasts.
We're gonna
and-
have to hop onto a movie.
Yeah.
Not a movie, a TV show at some point.
Oh
I just
no,
don't
you know what it is? So she writes. J.K. Rowling also writes like crime or mystery or something, and there's like an HBO series coming out. So it might be a thing.
We'll
you know.
see.
Yeah, I thought about reacting to like shows, but I didn't really know how to do it.
It's the same. It's the same thing.
Like every episode. Like
Yeah, you do every episode. That's the thing.
if it's a long show, it's going to take forever. Like, it's actually going to take forever.
It just kind of depends. Like, it kind of depends, and I don't know. Like, it just depends on the show
Like-
too.
Yeah.
Like if we were reacting to even if it was like Breaking Bad, that would take forever.
People do that, man.
That would take forever. But the way we edit and record, it would take forever.
Yeah, but we would do multiple episodes. We would
take us a
record. We
year.
would record like 3 episodes right? And then we drop maybe 2 a week. You know?
Yeah, I guess.
For example, like on like my channel where I do my anime reactions, that's what I do. So I'll, like one night I'll just record like 3-4 episodes of something.
Yeah.
Edit them up that night too, and then I'll be like, sick. I'm good for like 4 weeks.
Random idea on the pod. Then you haven't seen Game of Thrones.
No.
Do you want to react to that?
I'm down
because that will get views.
The thing about Game of Thrones, and it will get views for sure.
Yeah.
And I'm always down for the views.
Yeah.
But the thing with Game of Thrones is the thing that spoils me is that I know it ends bad.
Yeah, yeah.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Well,
maybe in my opinion it might end good.
People who are fans of Game of Thrones, I like to ask them how they thought of the ending without even telling them I haven't seen the show at all, just to see what they say. And I always get mixed reviews. I see people say, yeah, I didn't really like it. Some people say, yeah, I fucking ruined the whole show. Some people say, yeah, I didn't mind it. So it's mixed.
You know what? See, the thing too is like it is like I know I've experienced this with shows too. Is like when you're watching something live and it's just like something that's really shocking, and you know it's not something. I don't know what you can expect. You can never expect anything with the finale, especially something when it's like a big show like this. But you know sometimes. Like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, for example, like when I watched it in theaters, I was just like, what the fuck? Because you're waiting for a plot and you don't get it. And because it's like that resolved thing, right? But when you go back and watch it, you're like, you know what? Yeah, I get it now. You get the whole. So maybe Game of Thrones is one of those things where it's like if you watch it in its like entirety all at once, and you know,
maybe
all that hype is cleared, and people might have just been shitting on it just to shit on it, type of thing. Maybe it's good. I don't know. But like that's the reason I haven't watched it either, because I'm just like I heard that
I haven't heard it was
bad. So I'm like, why would I put my time into something that's gonna end badly?
Yeah.
Or I'm just gonna be disappointed. Yeah, I've heard that it's like peak fiction, but Attack on Titan's peak fiction right now, so we don't need to get into that. Trending weekly.
Yeah.
Every Sunday, Attack on Titan is trending. And if you haven't started watching that yet, then you need to get to that shit.
Yeah, why are you plugging it? Yo?
Because Attack on Titan is the greatest.
Why are you plugging it like that? Yo?
But anyways, no, yeah, I feel you on that. And that's it. I'm just like, I'm down to watch Game of Thrones. I'm down. So maybe.
But it's a lot though.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
That's like what, 7 or 8 seasons, right?
It's gonna take us a while, seasons, and they're long. They're an hour.
10 episodes a season. I think
they're not 40 minutes. They're an hour.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, man.
So yeah, it would take.
It's a marathon.
But I think we'd gain a lot of followers.
That's about like it took me about 2 or 3 months to watch Sopranos, and that's about the same length, and I wasn't reacting to it.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly. You're not editing videos in between and shit.
Just for that, I'm gonna put one of those little like statuses on YouTube. Who wants us to react to Game of Thrones?
Yeah, do that, yo.
See who?
Yeah, talk to the community, yo.
Exactly.
Can you
do like polls and shit in the comments?
You could do like tweets. It's almost like YouTube.
There's like a community tab, so anybody that follows you or even the public, you can talk to them.
Yeah, sometimes I get random ones.
I get random ones where people are like, sorry, I haven't uploaded. I'm like, I don't even know you.
I get ones for like Nav, my album's coming out sooner or some shit.
Yeah, random shit.
I'm like, Nav, I don't follow Nav. Like, maybe the algorithm's given to me because I watched one of his videos. Possibly.
Yeah.
That's probably what's going on.
I don't know. I don't fucking know.
Probably what's going on.
But even still, like, I feel like there's random people that pop up in my community thing.
Yeah.
And I'm just seeing messages, and I'm like, I have nothing to do with this, but I'm a vote. Like, I'll vote. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I like voting. It's nice.
Yeah, I like to vote. You know, not for government.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I don't vote. I do vote.
Yeah. I just don't. Yeah, don't.
I don't like it.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just like, I don't know what this is gonna really amount to. Or anything, but we're all corrupted at the end of the day. But we're getting into another issue here that we don't need to dive into.
Yeah. Well, before we were supposed to talk about Kobe before this tangent, but Kobe's
always gonna be on our minds. So I'm gonna rep Kobe till I die.
But it was a special week this week for it, right? So it was the
anniversary of Kobe's death, and Gianna and everybody else on that helicopter when it did go down. So
yeah.
R.I.P. those guys, and I just hope their families are doing well. I know it's a tough time for a lot of people, whether that be just family or fans or whatever. So just shouts out everybody and who's going through this time. It's tough for all of us. Kobe instilled a lot in our lives, low key, and a lot of things that a lot of us didn't take in until he died.
Yeah.
On the topic of some people, like someone who's died and. With Pop Smoke, did you know there's a movie coming out where he's in it?
Yeah.
Did you hear about that?
Yeah, man. And it actually kind of furthers our discussion. What was it, last week or the week before, where we were talking about Asian culture and black people. It's kind of really funny because I saw that shit like the next day or that weekend after our podcast that we recorded.
Yeah.
And basically it's about this I believe this Chinese guy, and he plays basketball or something like that. And
Right.
It's about his come up playing basketball, and Pop Smoke is like the antagonist in the movie, basically.
Yeah. I didn't even know he was in a movie. They shot a movie with him.
No, they had like
before he
some
died.
clips. They had some clips of him acting.
Oh.
And I didn't know that it was actually gonna be from a movie because I didn't even know this guy had time to shoot a movie.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So shouts out Pop Smoke. R.I.P. Pop Smoke. His anniversary of his death is coming up shortly as well. So R.I.P. Pop Smoke, and I'm definitely gonna just check out that movie. Just
Yeah.
why not? You know.
Yeah,
just,
exactly.
Just support. Why not? Even if it's not that great. Even though it does look pretty solid. I was watching the trailer, and that trailer was way too long, though. I was getting too much movie from it.
I hate when they do that.
I hate when that shit happens.
People say when they do that, you know the movie might be bad.
Yeah.
'Cause they like to they like oversell it.
Yeah. I mean, if it was a
'Cause they
bad
know
movie,
the movie's
that's-
weak.
Makes
Yeah.
sense. That's
Bro, I
good.
get it.
Producers and directors release movies knowing it sucks.
Yeah, and
They won't say it.
I don't
They-
expect much from that movie.
They're like,
That's,
trailer needs to be like need to show all the good parts.
Yeah.
To get people
Well, they
to
spent
watch
so much
it.
fucking money, right?
Yeah.
They just there's no backing out at that point.
Exactly. And I think it's the reason why I would be down just to check out the movie is just because of the type of story that it's about. It's about, this Asian guy that grows up in I believe New York, right? And it's about, talking about hip hop culture and how it
I hope
relates
it's
to
New York because that's where Pop Smoke's from.
Chinese people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And other Asian people, you know what I mean? So it's very interesting just for people just to check out and see how we all kind of relate to each other in that sense.
Like maybe if you haven't noticed or have no whatever, like Asian culture is not always represented in Hollywood that much.
Mm-hmm.
Even less than Black culture. It's like totally like I
yeah,
don't see
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. You're right.
I don't see it
You're right.
that much.
Yeah, because you only see, for example, a movie from China or Indonesia.
If
or
it is,
something
it's
like
made
that.
overseas.
It's made overseas. It's called
Yeah.
an international movie. It's not represented on this side. The last movie like that was what the Rich Asians one.
Crazy Rich Asians.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Crazy
Show,
Rich Asians.
yeah.
Parasite was the first Asian
Parasite. Yeah.
movie to win an
Really,
Academy the award, I think, or
The
even
first-
nominated. It was
That's
like
wild.
The first
something crazy. Yeah.
foreign film to.
Yeah.
I won't even like.
They're almost getting rid of that term as well. It's
Yeah.
international now,
Yeah.
not foreign.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
It was the first
Yeah.
international film to be nominated for.
First international. Oh, I thought it was first Asian. I didn't know it was first international.
Was it international?
I know
Maybe
it. I know it
Asian.
was like it. It was like the first
we got
thing.
fact
It was the
checker.
first in like a lot of
Yeah.
things.
We
You
need,
know.
we need Sam Preeth
Yeah.
off the pod.
Yeah, for real though.
off
Still looking
cam
for an
Sam.
intern, by the way. So if you guys want to, work on the pod or work on anything else in this umbrella that we're working on, we just shot something for the umbrella today.
Yeah.
Secret project. Yo, just let us know. Hit us up. I'm kind of lit right now,
Yo,
It's
shout
sneaking
out.
up on you.
Shout out Mango Ciroc.
bro. The mango Ciroc is slapping me right now.
It's creeping up.
We've mentioned this a few times, but we're not getting our heads blown off like we normally do during this pandemic time. So every time we indulge in the hard liquor, it hits,
Yeah, man.
and I love it.
I'm enjoying this right now. This is
Slaps.
quite stupendous. Yo.
Slaps.
In a pod or two, I might bring a bottle. Like I
Yeah.
might have to bring a bottle through for us.
The 69 pod, bro.
Jesus Christ. Oh yeah, true. Yeah, 69. I'm gonna have a bottle for you guys for sure, bro. And it's good because we're not drinking beer, so I'm not burping in nobody's ears.
It's
or
actually
anything.
better.
Yeah.
It's actually better. And
We got to move to the bottles. And
the
I think
mix. The mix is clean. It doesn't make you burp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not like
you know?
soda. So
I got the coconut water with the mango Ciroc. I just
I got
feel
the
tropical
the
right now.
Yeah.
ginseng Arizona.
Feels like man's are on vacay, you know?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Man's are
I'm
in-
feeling warm.
Yeah. We're in Jamaica
I'm
right now,
getting
you
warm.
know?
Yeah, man. Oof. Let me take another sip one
Speaking
time.
of,
Cheers to that, yo. If you're sipping on something, smoking on something, yo, cheers to you, yo. Take a sip, take a drag.
if you're driving, don't drink.
Facts, yeah, don't do that unless you're sipping a water
Sip
or
a coffee or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyways, speaking of like hot, feeling warm, there's some hot stocks right now. You know what I'm saying?
That was a good one. See, I like how Ian's been working on the transitions. 'Cause before he used to just cut mans off and be like, "All right, So that's good. Keep that up. I like that.
So I don't know how much you guys and the listeners follow stocks, but I think this one.
Hopefully, it doesn't change too much by the time this comes out.
You couldn't.
The world doesn't blow up.
By the time this comes out, this whole frenzy will likely be over.
Yeah.
But basically, even if you don't invest in stocks, I'm sure you've heard somewhere on Twitter, on Instagram, on the radio about GameStop stock. GameStop, like when you think of stock market, you're not thinking of GameStop, right? That's a really weird stock.
Yeah.
It's exploded this week. And we're talking exploding in the sense where it's the highest it's ever been, and it's higher than some of the biggest companies in America. Like we're talking, it's higher than Apple stock. It's higher than Microsoft stock. It's insane. And in this amount of time, it's not normal.
Yeah.
What's happening? What's happening? Well, it's being pumped, essentially. What they call a short squeeze. Basically, people on Reddit are fucking blowing it up, right? You got hedge fund people, and you got people on Reddit. The hedge fund people are shorting the stock. They're betting on it to go down. People on Reddit are smart. They realized they're doing this. So what did they do? They all started fucking investing everything they have into it, and that shit skyrocketed the fuck up. It's crazy. It's like the little man versus the big billion-dollar Wall Street, whatever, hedge fund people.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
All it is we're just doing what they do.
And
Yeah.
The Redditors are just doing what they do.
The Redditors, the 4chan people, they're winning. Like the regular guys are winning. There's some people making millions, and those people were the people who were lucky enough to get into GameStop before this. Why they invested in GameStop, I don't know. What's funny is like the bad investors are getting rewarded for this.
Yeah.
Because if you're probably a dumbass for investing in GameStop before.
Yeah.
Like
I don't say you're a dumbass. Because the way I look at
no, it's a joke.
The way I look at
meme.
investing in stocks is you invest in the stuff that you use.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe somebody was really out here in the GameStop life, you know?
GameStop, well, when back in 2019, even like early this year or last year or 2019, GameStop was a meme. It was like a meme on that subreddit, Wall Street Bets, which is where all this is kind of going down. This is where the fire is being fueled, r/Wall Street Bets. No, people who invested early, I mean, they weren't, I wouldn't say maybe, I wouldn't call them dumb, but it was definitely kind of like a YOLO play, you know, like they're just like, it might go up. Yeah. I mean, GameStop is financially doing poorly, and during the pandemic, they did even worse.
Yeah.
Because people don't really buy games like that anymore, less and less at least.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? With console releases, they get sales, but games, like physical copies, people don't do that. I mean, the PlayStation Store, the Xbox Store, they're pushing way more downloads, digital downloads than.
And it's because that's the new consoles kind of like design themselves. They design the new consoles to kind of like encourage you to like
the fucking new PlayStation, the cheaper version. Doesn't even have discs. So there's no discs.
Yeah.
You're not buying your games from GameStop anymore, are you?
Yeah.
I mean, unless GameStop offers, I haven't been to a GameStop or we here in Canada it's called EB Games. It's essentially the same thing.
They're still ripping us off.
Yeah.
Oh, with the whole used game thing, people don't even do the. Well, I feel like. Sorry,
I swear you do.
This is no. Listen. Listen though, the used game. I feel like the used game like buy and trade culture is dying. Simply because of how many different ways you can buy games now used. You can go Facebook Marketplace. You can go Kijiji. You can go to all these other places. It's so much more efficient than going to GameStop and paying like $10 off a fucking used game. You can hop on Marketplace and get it from a random dude who's cheaper.
Yeah.
So there's a lot eBay. There's a lot more options now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I just financially GameStop's been doing bad, but the stock's fucking crazy now. What's going on? Reddit. It's insane. It's Reddit, bro. And then as of today, one of the biggest apps for trading, Robinhood. We don't have Robinhood in Canada. It's only in the US. It's one of the biggest apps simply because they don't do fees and it's a lot more convenient than a lot of banks. Pulled it. You couldn't buy GameStop today from them. Off them, and you couldn't buy AMC, which is another stock that's rallying right now because they see it as a potential short as well.
Yeah.
AMC. They're fucking doing poorly too. Their stock's kind of a joke, so they see an opportunity to squeeze that. They pulled it off, and Robinhood's getting tons of negative press from big names in politics, in tech,
in public,
in
just life,
in life, and it's crazy. And I don't know.
It's simple. You can't have a company named Robinhood.
Yeah.
And you're robbing the hood.
Exactly. Yeah.
Holy fuck! I don't know if someone already said that, but that's sick.
I've seen that on Instagram.
Oh, okay. Okay. I thought you just came up with that. That's sick.
I came up with that bar.
Yeah.
But people were basically saying
better
like,
better
people were
worded,
basically
for sure,
saying
yeah.
like, how is your name Robin Hood and you're taking from the poor and giving to the rich? That's what
Because
they're
Robin
saying.
Hood did the opposite.
Yeah.
Took from the rich, gave to the poor.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You know?
That's crazy. So there's just so a lot of people are making money, but I think a lot of people are losing money too, you know. This is it's weird. It's weird because of all the I don't know how I feel about all the press that's talking about it, because I'm not one of these people, but you know, there's definitely a lot of people who are gonna, who don't know anything about investing and are gonna just open an account today, tomorrow, whatever, yesterday, and
not knowing
and
shit.
just throw a ton of money because they hear the news talking about it going up, and they hear stories of people making tons of money, and they think, fuck, I'm gonna do it too, especially during a pandemic, especially during a time where people are unemployed and they're desperate.
I get it.
And you know what I mean? And unfortunately, I feel like there's gonna be a lot of people that are gonna wake up, have already woken up today or tomorrow, and they're gonna have a lot less money in their bank account than they thought they would. And that's kind of scary, but at the same time, it's one of those things where it's kind of like you live and learn kind of thing. You know, you can't fuck around with the stock market like that.
This is what it is. You know?
You can't fuck around with the stock market.
Game,
it's essentially gambling when you're doing stocks like this.
Yeah.
When you're investing in stocks that are so inflated that could crash at any moment. Like you any dollar you're putting into GME right now, there's like a 50-50 chance that shit go up or down tomorrow. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And it seems like it's going down because it's starting to lose steam because of the resistance we're getting from these other brokers.
But I will say they have like Robinhood. I believe Robinhood is. They didn't.
They just unlocked it.
Yeah, they just unlocked it again.
Yeah,
so.
they did. So actually, numbers are going back up. It's after hours, so tomorrow when the market's open, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But
most people were just holding on to that shit. They're like, "Fuck it, yo."
Yeah.
They're like, "Yo, fuck Robinhood, fuck everybody that's trying to fuck us over." And they're like, "Don't sell, just hold it."
That's what people on Reddit. Yeah, that's the whole community on Reddit's doing that. They're even like, "Yo, this is more than just making money.
Mm-hmm.
This is about fucking these hedge fund people, these scumbags who run Wall Street. It's about fucking them because you know what? Like, because essentially what the hedge fund people fuck those guys. They've been doing that for years, and that's how it works. You know what I mean? So it's time that the whole scenario has switched.
Yep.
And it's crazy to see. They estimate that U.S. firms today have lost about $70 billion.
I hope so.
They have $70 billion.
I hope so.
U.S. firms have lost.
I hope.
It's crazy.
I hope.
It's insane, dude.
I can't wait to get into my stock game bag. You know, like. I don't have no money to invest right now, so I definitely can't.
Yeah, I would only do it when I know I'm comfortable with money, and then I'd just be doing it just to take away money from people like this. You know what I mean?
Man.
I have a small portfolio that I've just been kind of feeding.
I had my
and
again, I hated that I had my job at Apple when I was so young. I thought it was sick at the time, which it was. I was getting paid bank, but I had my little. How do you know how to 1-2? In Apple.
Did you have some stocks in Apple?
Yeah, I did because they gave them to you.
Couple?
Yeah, they gave us a few. I can't remember. I couldn't give you the exact numbers, but they gave us a few, and we had our own portfolio and everything like that. And give you your own login, blah 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 blah. Which was lit. This is one thing that was lit about the job that I never really understood, just because I was too young at the time. But I remember when I sold that shit, bro. Jesus Christ, the money I got back was just wild.
Yeah.
I think I dropped that shit at a good. I sold that shit at a good time because that's when I was figuring. I was around the time I was like, yo, I'm kind of just done with this job. So I was like, let me sell this shit before they try to just close my account, because people at work were saying that's what they'll do. So yeah, I just sold that shit before and collected my money, and I was able to go on vacation. Like,
you should have got a couple thousand. I don't know what you.
I don't
know what they entered you at.
I got like 2 or 3 racks.
Okay.
So I was like, and that's more money than I had seen at that age. You know what I mean? Off of nothing.
Yeah.
You know, just off of just selling something that I didn't even understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was able to go on vacation with that shit, and that was just great. So definitely, I've been taking the time to kind of like figure out this whole stock game stuff before I hop back into it at some point in my life. But I'd like to get back into it soon, you know, just to, you know, especially for the artists. And this is to bring this back to what we do on this pod, you know, talking about the community here in Toronto. It's just a good way for artists. You never want to be the broke artist, you know, so it's an option for you guys investing some money elsewhere, you know, if you can. If you
have questions about stock market, let me know. I'm not a financial advisor, of course. Anyone who listens, I don't give financial advice, so I'm not.
That's what they all say. Everybody says that.
You have to say that.
I'm not.
Well, you have to say that because if I tell you about a stock,
and then your shit
that I
up.
like, and there's people who are like, oh, Ian said it's a good stock, or so and so said I'm gonna go invest, and then they invest their money and then like they lose it all or they lose half of it and they come back to me like, what the fuck, man? You told me
it's not my fault.
You recommended this and I lost money. Well, it's not my fault. So I'm not a financial advisor. But if you have questions about stock market, I can kind of help you. I'm not an expert or anything, but I know like
when I'm ready, I'll reach out. Yeah,
I know the ins and outs, and there's lots of stocks I want to invest in that I don't have the money for either. So I don't have the money. I'm only investing what I want.
I want to get myself in some crypto as well, you know?
Crypto is a tricky game. I don't know much about I know a little about crypto.
I'm down for the risk, you know? Because it's like, that shit to me is like, from what I understand, and this is about to sound really dumb, but it doesn't exist. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? So
crypto,
it's like, anything can happen with it. It can go up, it can go down, but that's just the game at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's very volatile. Crypto, I'm not an expert. I don't know anything about. I know a little bit about crypto.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any crypto positions. Ultimately, it's Bitcoin and like one other. That's really what you want to invest in.
Yeah.
All the other cryptocurrencies are not relevant, right? Maybe one day they might be when the crypto takes over and the banks all go or some shit. I don't know. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, I was gonna say for stocks, I personally think everyone who has access to free market, let's just say you live in Canada, US, so you do, you should have some stock positions. You should. You know what I mean? Unless you're very heavily in debt, like you're bankrupt, then you shouldn't. But if you have some money, you should think about investing in some stocks, some very safe stocks.
A little bit,
you know, a little bit. I think everyone should have like at a minimum 10% of their net worth in stocks, at least, if not more. You know, just have a position is good way to hold your money, gain some interest. You'll gain more. There's a lot of stocks you can invest in where you'll gain far more interest than banks will ever give you. And they're very low risk. You're very unlikely going to lose money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we're talking, you can invest in companies like Apple, you know, or like Microsoft or
shit that you use, like I said.
Stuff like even Walmart, Coca-Cola, stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like
Fiverr.
Sure. I don't even know if they're public.
They do.
Fiverr?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Something like that. You know what I mean? Social media is a little. Facebook's okay. If you don't fuck with Facebook though, like they're kind of scummy.
Facebook,
they're kind of scummy. But besides that, don't flag us, please. Keywords.
Fuck them. Fuck them all. Fuck Facebook. Fuck Facebook. Fuck Mark Zuckerberg.
Bro, the keywords, man. They're gonna fuck it.
Fuck them. Fuck them. Fuck them. Fuck them.
But what I'm trying to say is everyone should have a small position in the stock market. You know, even if it's just like an ETF, exchange fund, index fund, mutual fund, 401k, RRSP, whatever the fuck it's called. Yeah, something like that.
Open that tax-free savings account.
TFSA, under a TFSA.
Take a step, you know? Open up that tax-free savings account.
Americans don't have that, but like they have 401k, they have like something kind of similar. So it's just good. It's just good. And as young as possible, actually. If you're 20, bro, do it.
You know what's crazy? My uncle, he tried to talk to me about stocks and trading and all that shit when I was about 20.
When you're 18, 19, 20, you're just like, like I just want to buy.
And he was just like talking a different language to me.
Yeah.
And this guy came from New York to talk to me.
Yeah.
Waste of a trip.
That's crazy.
Waste. He came to me and talked to me, and he showed me all of his money. He's like, yo, I have over $1 million.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's sick and all, but like, I don't understand anything you said before
saying.
$1 million.
That's why, like, my kids.
Shout out to Uncle Lenny, bro.
Like, if I have success in the stock market, my kids are gonna know about it before they're even allowed to.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna tell them straight up, yo, I might even do it for you. I'm gonna just take the money you make and put it in the stock market.
Literally, I remember making a Vine of him talking to me about the stocks when Vine was hot. I remember making a Vine and being like, "Yo, what the fuck is this guy talking about?"
Wow, probably looks so dumb. Though.
I know. Now look at me, still broke.
I'm telling you, you could start investing as young as like 18 or some shit. The earlier you get into it, the better, especially if you're doing like ETFs where there's compound interest, which compound interest takes time. It simply takes time. And the younger you start, the more money you're going to have when you're older, literally. So the younger you are. Dude, if you have a part-time job, and this is for the 18, 19, 20-year-olds that are listening, if you have a part-time job and make like, if you have a part-time job, you live at home, I doubt you have that many expenses. You know, you're not paying rent. You might have a car. You might be paying some insurance, something like that. But whatever money you can save, I'm telling you right now, stop buying the dumb shit. You can buy some cool shit, but like I know a lot of people 18, 19, they just buy dumb shit. I did. Yeah, I bought expensive clothes, shoes. If you're 19 in Canada, you can drink, spend a lot of money on alcohol, blah blah blah. Yo, just fuck that shit. You can have fun, but like really invest. Take some of that money, put it in the stock market in low risk stocks. Build some fucking equity at a young age and just have that compound interest for the rest of your life.
Because you don't take in that you don't need it. You don't need that stuff, but you start taking it when you're at our age.
It's so hard.
When you're like, shit.
Yeah.
It's so hard to convince.
I wish I had something else to fall back on.
It's so hard to convince an 18, 19, 20-year-old about money that they're gonna have 30 years from now.
Yeah,
because they want to be rich right now, yo. They want to drop stacks in the club right now.
Yeah, which I completely understand. We all do,
and I get it.
We all did. We all,
And we all look up to rappers.
We all bought those bottles.
We all look up to rappers.
I was there.
Who are 20 and the richest fuck at that age, and you want to do it now. Unfortunately, unless you hit a GME, which is a once in a lifetime opportunity, which probably just passed. Getting rich overnight in the stock market is almost not possible. You know what I mean? It's almost not possible.
Yeah.
Unless you have a lot of money already. You know what I mean? Unless you have 50,000 you can throw into a stock and that stock even goes up 30%. Bam, you have like several thousands more now. You sell it. But if you don't have a lot of money to start, then you're not going to be getting rich overnight. Right? So it's good to just put your money in as early as possible. You know, I think if you have a part-time job, I think every 18, 19, 20-year-old can, within a few years, save like 10 grand. I think it's possible. I think it is. You know, even if you save $200 a month, put it away, you can get 10 grand.
Man's in a pandemic, though.
Right now, it's tough.
Hours, I can tell you, my hours are fucked, but I don't know about everybody else, but if you can save the money, definitely.
When you're 18, 19, though, you probably have more expenses now.
Yeah, I definitely have a lot
versus 18, 19.
Yeah.
Right, so if it's not 10, fine, 5, whatever the fuck it is, 5,000, 10,000. That's enough to get a good position in an ETF or a very low risk stock or several stocks, and you're gonna build a good foundation for the next 30 years. You know what I mean? So and you keep feeding into that. If you make more money, you can start playing risky. You start getting in the GameStop, whatever. Right? So it's just good. I think it's a good idea. I think everyone that age should do it. And it's so hard to convince someone that age to do it. Because, we all
don't teach it in school. That's
they don't teach it in school.
That's what I'm fucking saying.
I don't know why they don't teach stock market in school.
Because they want us all to be regular, poor, middle class people.
I don't know why. Maybe because they think it's like betting. Because there's a side.
If I had just learned how to do my fucking taxes in school, you know how to just set.
There is a side to the stock market that's betting.
But they like all these what you've been talking about, like that you can teach safe investments,
dividend investing or ETF index fund investing. Yeah, you can teach that for sure.
And I never liked math, but I would listen to that shit.
Yeah.
Or even just like, so like you could start like the class starts with you fucking talking about what a savings, like banking, like opening a banking account, opening up a checking account, opening up a savings account, like
because even in high school, a lot of people they don't even. If they don't have a job yet, they might have a banking account, but that's just because their mom or dad opened it because they were getting money on their birthday.
Yeah,
I feel like that's probably how mine started.
That's how mine started. I remember going to TD and being like, "Why the fuck am I here?"
Yeah.
At fucking like 11.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I think I got my first bank account when I was like just before high school, maybe.
Yeah.
So
I didn't understand why, and then I finally got my job, and I'm like, "Oh, okay, I understand." Now I need to actually get money. And then I started like, wait, niggas tax?
Yeah.
Why did they take 2 bills off of my my shit for?
Cheese you up.
I've been busting my ass at this job and you're taking 2 bills away.
Now you know what it feels like to be a citizen.
Da 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 da. You know, you start learning. These are taxes.
Every adult, bro.
I'm gonna get that back. Hopefully, you know.
Yeah. See, that's the thing is like, obviously these are things that you can learn obviously just by experiencing it, but it is nice to hear these fucking things, you know what I mean? From somebody who's just, especially as a kid, like when you're just assuming things, like, you know, you might never know if you have it right or not, you know?
Yeah, exactly. I'm cheese, bro. That's the only thing about school. I'm learning about fucking pi and this and that I have not used since personally. Some of you probably are. Some of you.
Maybe if you're like an engineer or some shit.
But
I don't even know.
I have not touched anything other than apple pie and pumpkin pie. Like
long division, like something as simple as long division.
Long division?
You don't use.
I don't even use that shit.
Bro, I got an iPhone.
Basic division I feel like I barely use. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I just need addition and multiplication and subtraction in my life.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
It's wild, man.
Yeah, like data is the only thing I use maybe most. Percentages and statistics and that type of math. But there is some math in stocks. You got to calculate shares, you know, how much this share times, you know, how much it's worth, how much shares you have times, you know, how much it's worth, how much you're going to get.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. There's some math in stocks. So
But that's the math I don't mind doing.
simple math, though. But
yeah, it's the simpler math.
Yeah, if you buy, if I buy $1,000 of a stock, that's $100. How much is that going to cost?
Yeah, I've never had to measure the circumference of nothing.
That's like if you're going to be an architect, bro.
Not even an ass. Like I've never
measured an ass?
Never.
You take tape measure and you go around the thighs. To the
upper thigh area?
Something like that. There's an area I forget. Not that I've never done.
We'll look into the science later. Into the research later. But yeah, you know, that's what's popping off in the stock world.
It's crazy. And I don't know, one more comment on it. I don't know if something like GameStop will ever happen again. But now that the world knows it can, it's just interesting to see, because now Reddit knows it has that much power.
Yeah.
That subreddit has a lot of power. And I wonder what's going to happen, because now I read a couple articles of them saying, you know, believe it or not, Wall Street hedge fund people, firms and shit, they have to now take into consideration, is this stock a memeable stock that Reddit kids are going to fucking inflate? That has to be something they have to think about now when they look at a stock.
Yo, feel free to grab that Lost in Nostalgia stock.
Which is crazy.
when we go public, yo.
Don't kill me. That shit could be like 2 cents.
Yo, whatever. It's something, bro.
0 penny stock, yo.
The penny stocks, I'm about it, yo. Let's get it.
Might go up, yo.
That's what I'm saying.
Make you rich.
That's what I'm saying, yo.
Yeah.
But it'll be lit, yo. It'll definitely be lit. But yeah, yo, hop into your stock game if you haven't already, yo. If you have the money to spend on it. It's a good idea, especially if you are an artist with a little bit of money. If you have some cash on you, if you can spare it, definitely a good idea. That way you just don't feel like, you know, that you're that broke artist. Like let's get over that shit, you know? There's no reason for you to be anymore. Well, we're in a pandemic, but you know.
Yeah.
Do what you can. Do what you can if you can.
Yeah, only really invest in what you're willing to lose. Or invest in what you're willing to just put away.
Yeah.
For a rainy day that you're not touching. Ever. Not ever, sorry, for a long time, I should say. Because that's how those like ETFs work. Like, you know, you don't take the money out. Yeah. You're not supposed to take the money out for a long time. That's like a retirement type of thing. But the thing is, if you do it right, you can retire early, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Or you can offset your income, where if you make enough money in dividends or through an ETF interest, you could be, you know, having 20, 30, 40K passive income annually on top of whatever you make at your job. That can offset everything or just give you more income.
Yo, let's talk about those streams, bro. Those streams of income.
Different streams? Okay.
Yeah, what are some easy streams of income that regular day people that are listening to this podcast could possibly with enough hard work get into? Because nothing's easy, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's like starting a new job.
So before we get into that, there's definitely People always talk about streams of income, passive. People talk about passive income a lot. People talk about okay. There's passive income, and I guess there's regular income or just income. I don't know.
Passive income is like the shit you make in your sleep.
Like I understand passive income, and then there's just income that you have to actually put time
you
in.
Call it active income. It's
Active income. Is that the right term?
I don't know if it's the term, but yeah, it is. If you want the opposite
term right now, active income.
So
the money that you act and
I think people fucking misunderstand what passive income actually is, because true passive income is income that you don't actually have to lift a finger for or spend any time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, even if you're doing something that is rewarding you monthly, if you had to make it or spend some time on it every month, that's not passive. Passive is like passive. True passive is you're not spending any time on it.
Your money's making money.
So and I've heard, shout out Gary Vee. I've heard Gary Vee say this, that there's honestly only two true forms of passive income. And that's stock market and real estate, because they actually just sit there and you just build income off it, and you actually don't lift a finger for the most part, unless real estate you're dealing with flipping or building stuff. But if you're just buying and whatever, sitting on real estate,
there's like kind of like different
there's
levels
some work
of
to it,
there's different levels of real
yeah.
estate. There is real estate that you can kind of just purchase and let it sit.
There's
and then
different- I
there's ones where
understand that,
you can flip it and
there are ones that involve work,
Yeah.
but basically, the real estate for the most part and stocks and bonds ultimately is true passive income, like dividends that companies will pay. Dividend is essentially a company that has a stock that you're invested in. They pay you money either annually, monthly sometimes, or quarterly. They pay you a little bit of money per share that you own of their company. So that they're basically paying you to own their stocks.
Yeah.
Right? So the more you have, if you're in a dividend, usually it's based on percentage, and you get money annually. So that's what some people do. They'll have tons of stocks that offer dividends. If you have enough stocks and shares in those companies that pay dividends, and you can get a nice amount of annual passive income that you're not working for at all. You just every quarter of the year or every month, depending on what they do, you just get you get a check in your bank account with that money.
Sounds so nice.
And that's it. That's true passive. So anyways, now I kind of identified the two. Then different streams of income. I think in 2021 you need it, bro. Like nowadays,
not even just 2020. I think like 5 years ago you did, but people weren't taking it in. You know.
Yeah. You do like the one stream of income thing is not realistic anymore. It's not realistic anymore. It's jobs, like the average job doesn't pay you enough, and then the taxes cut your income so much anyways that you're struggling. You know what I mean? Yeah. So unless you have a very high salary, like 75K plus salary, which a lot of jobs don't offer now, unless you're top, or you're very highly educated, you know what I mean? Like you're a degree in engineering, or you're a doctor or something like that, lawyer. It's so tough to make those high salaries, right? So you're going to need multiple streams of income to add up to those higher salaries or those annual incomes that you want to live, especially if you live in an expensive city like Toronto, where we're from, or wherever else, San Francisco, New York, all the expensive cities. It's expensive. So what were you going to say? Were you going to add on to that? Or
no, I was going to say, what would you consider, like, would you consider what we do and the things that all of us partake in as in the future being another stream of income?
So another example of another stream of income as an example.
So for example, if the podcast started getting some money into it, if the video shit started picking up, if Kevin was making money off of music, whether that be through Spotify, Artlist, or whatever, all those count as little streams, right?
Right. So there's different ways. One thing is, I've mentioned to him the Artlist thing.
Yeah. Right.
So if you're recording art, this is one example. If you're a recording artist or that's actually better for producers.
Producers even too.
Yeah. It's more for producers because a lot of the music in there is instrumental. But I guess if you are a recording artist, you can team up with a producer and do it, and then maybe like share the income that you make off it. But if you're like a producer, You can license your music through a lot of companies now that offer copyright free licensed music that a lot of content creators need or like to use for like YouTube videos or client corporate videos or something like that. There's Artlist is a big one. You can license your music through there, so you could do the tracks you already have, or you can make your own stuff for it, and you can literally get a partnership with them. And I don't know the whole process of how difficult it is, but from what I've seen on YouTube, it's not too difficult. You don't need to be like some next level person, or I'm sure there's a quality control. Like the music has to be decent; it can't be trash. And I'm sure they want a certain way. They're sure they want a certain level of quality to it. Mastered right, or the whatever the fuck. I don't know the terms for quality of music, but basically, yeah, they are looking for quality. But if you can produce quality, then you can get paid for it, and you can license your music on there. And it's passive because it's literally sitting on that website, and people are downloading it, and I'm sure you get a commission for every time someone downloads it of some sort, right?
Some sort, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, what it works up to. I'm sure Artlist gets a cut. That's just how they get paid. But basically, you can get passive income from that. It's not true passive because you have to make songs, or you've had to make songs for it. But at the end of the day, it's somewhat passive because it's just sitting there, and you're gonna get checks if people are downloading it. Of course, you're gonna get checks monthly.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's a nice little added on income. So
looking into the stock footage, stock photos, same type of idea.
For the photographers and the videographers, that's something similar. So stock footage, stock photos, tons of websites that do that. There's like Pond5, there's like Stockly, there's like Vimeo Stock now. There's ArtGrid, which is Artlist's sister company that does stock footage. There's fucking there's this one called Black Box where you basically submit your stock footage and they distribute it to all those websites I just mentioned.
They do it for you.
They do it for you, which is actually easier because then you're getting it to all these different websites versus having to do it on it's less work. I'm sure they get a bigger percentage, so you might be getting less per download, but it's saving you tons of time on work because because if you want to get it on all those websites individually, then you have to go to them individually, make accounts, upload them yourself, and blah blah blah. So that does take more time.
Yeah.
Right. So, what else? There's so many different ones. I mean, we mentioned stocks, bonds. That's another passive income. You can do.
It all kind of depends. Like I would mention a lot of other things,
or just streams of income. I keep saying passive, but just streams.
Yeah, streams of income. Just merch, for example, and that's if your brand is at that point. Then
merch is tricky.
You can do merch, but if you figure it out, you could do merch.
Merch is a big one. If you have
the audience,
if you have an audience or a brand that's somewhat, you have a following that supports you, they'll buy.
Yeah.
Anything.
I remember hearing in school,
right?
It's a saying like musicians only need like 1,000 true fans.
Yeah,
as in like 1,000, like 1,000 people who will buy anything that you put out. So then if you have 1,000 people who will buy your merch, buy your tickets, buy your albums, that's all you need to sustain yourself as an artist, right?
And there's truth to that.
Yeah. And I've also heard the level up from that is if you get to 100,000, you're fine.
Oh yeah.
You're definitely fine.
Yeah. You give 100,000.
You're more than
solid
fine.
Fans.
You're probably
that are
rich.
Doing your shit.
You're probably really rich.
You're great.
Yeah. I mean, even just think of, I don't have the calculator on me, whatever, but 100,000 people buy a T-shirt that's $25. Like,
that's a lot of fucking money.
That's a lot of money, man.
It's like $2.5 million. Yeah,
$2.5 million. Dude.
Yeah.
Even if you just think about,
you're set for life at $2.5 million if you save it properly.
That are just dropping like albums, for example. You sell your album for what, $7 to $10.
Yeah.
And you have 100,000 people buy that. You're lit.
Yeah.
You're
what's another passive or not passive, just regular stream? One that's popular right now is a lot of apps. So like you can use like Uber. Uber Eats. Those delivery apps, Instacart. My girlfriend does Instacart. It's not so good now. I don't know why. People don't tip. In America, I heard it's pretty sick. You can just deliver, and it's easy, right? You need a car, of course. That's the one thing you need. You need a car.
Yeah, with those types of things.
But if you have a car and you have a phone, you can literally
And
do
the thing with that is like if you have a car for your work, you're kind of losing. Car is if you buy a car, it's kind of one of the worst investments technically that you can make with your money.
Yeah,
and so if you're using it just to go to your job, you're not really making any money off of it. But yeah, if you can
use
make
it for
money,
Uber,
if you can make
you're
money
actually
with it,
using your car to make money.
Yeah.
Versus you just have your car to go to work because it's convenient.
Yeah.
Saves you time, and it's convenient. You don't have to be on the subway packed with people during a pandemic. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, that's another one. I think we're gonna take a break here for our end and go back to it.
Yeah.
Anyways, we were talking about streams of income. We mentioned a few, thought about a few more, just to kind of keep you guys brainstorming on maybe how you can make some extra money.
Got a lot of time this quarantine. You don't have to feel ashamed about it. We all have a lot of free time right now.
Sell drugs.
Yeah,
exactly.
Could sell drugs.
Trap.
Yo, deadass OnlyFans. I mean,
Get it.
that's a fucking income, bro, and it's somewhat passive because you put out some of the content, but then it's just you get a check every month.
Yeah.
So I mean, you are putting in time, but you're earning it a little bit, but it's kind of passive. OnlyFans, if you don't mind selling your body.
Or your toes.
I'm just saying. I guess you can.
You take a bathroom selfie every day. You know, throw it up.
Just keep
looks
in
good.
mind the possible consequences of doing it. Because I don't care what you say, there are some consequences of selling your body online,
Like what?
regardless of what you say.
Like what?
Just like, like the whole stigma is gonna affect you. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is. So the people are going to, and it's fuck them, right? But people are going to judge you. So if you don't like being judged, it might not be for you.
You just think about it like this. What you want, man? $10K a month, or
I'm just saying.
You want to listen to the haters?
I'm just saying you will get judged.
You've been judged your whole life. You got
Harder.
You got graded in school. You got called fat. You were called ugly. That wart you have on your forehead. Yes, it's disgusting.
You will get judged by your family.
You get judged by your family, but fuck them anyways, man.
Yeah. Are they giving you 10 racks a month?
Yeah. They're
Hey
paying
man,
your bills?
a lot of people
Maybe,
do care
actually.
about what their family thinks, and they hide the OnlyFans from their family.
Whack.
I don't, bro. So all
You
these
still care about what your
bro,
family
I'm just gonna
thinks?
tell you right now, all these girls' dads don't know they do OnlyFans, bro.
I mean, your dad doesn't need to know you're fucking doing OnlyFans. Realistically, just make your bank, bro.
Oh, Sarah, how do you pay for that condo downtown? That job I got you is doing
Daddy
well.
knows because he has OnlyFans. The dad knows. That's why. He's just seen her account and he's like, fuck.
Yeah.
That's it. As long as it's not happening in his house.
So you mentioned make the car thing, like make it work for you.
Yeah.
That is a thing, right?
Yeah.
So if you have a car, make it work for you. Essentially Uber Eats, Skip the Dishes, whatever the fuck. All those new apps have come out in the last 5 years. They're very easy to get started, and they don't ask for a lot of credentials, and it's a good little side hustle. So, make your car work for you. That's another good one. YouTube, just YouTube in general. And we said merch related to YouTube, but just YouTube in general. That's a side hustle.
Yeah,
that's an income that can.
You got to build it up, of course.
Now YouTube's time. You know,
for sure.
We know we're learning. We don't even make money on YouTube yet. We hope to one day, but we've already put in quite a bit of time. We've been on it for a year. You know what I mean? We started the reactions, but ideally, what is it, 8 months ago? But we kind of went hard. We only started going legit hard maybe 5 months ago, 4 months ago.
No, I would say about a year ago.
About a year ago, I guess.
About.
Sure. That's right.
Yeah.
YouTube. If you have a hobby, passion, you like to talk, I don't know.
But I mean, for example, your YouTube, you grew it pretty well in a year, to the point where I would say, and it's realistic that you would expect in a year or two that you could start making money off of it. How much, you don't know, but I can imagine that you're gonna start making money off of it very soon, right? So
well, technically we could.
Yeah. That's the other point too. Yeah,
you could passed the threshold where we can now monetize our content.
We can apply for it. Whether we get accepted is a different story.
Yeah.
I mean, we could. I'm just trying to get some more views up and make it seem more legitimate before doing it. Because I don't want to sign up and I don't want to do it and get a crappy CPM. And I don't know if you can improve that CPM. I don't know enough about it yet.
I'm sure you could.
But anyways.
Yeah, I think the bigger point is that, like, you know, if you, let's say you wanted to start a restaurant or whatever, because you imagine that that's something you could spend all your time in, and it's something that one stream of income and you could pay. I don't know if that's how people think anymore nowadays, but like that, you know, real feasibly, that's how it used to be. It's like I could dedicate myself to this one thing and invest all my money in it, and it'll work for me. But
that's still a way, but that's like
it's you know, it would take at least, you know,
that's a big boy way of doing it.
And
like
I think most small businesses, they would say at least 5 years before you hit a break even point, right? Whereas with YouTube,
most of the time, yes.
Yeah. Whereas with YouTube, it's like, you know, you could within a year or two, you can feasibly start making some money, you know?
Yeah. I mean, if you're down to spend several hundred hours for free, that's what you're signing up for YouTube.
Yeah.
For the most part, unless you, I don't know, man, unless you figured out the algorithm and you growth hacking.
Yeah.
Or you have a large Instagram following already.
I was telling you guys about that guy last week. Remember that guy? He's at like almost 200K, but that's off of just hype and him uploading shit at the right time. You know?
Yeah. Actually, this is a fun thing I like to do. You look at like medium-sized YouTube channels, ones that are like relatively newer. I'm not talking about like YouTubers like Philip DeFrago that's been doing it for like 10 years. I'm talking like relatively newer YouTubers that have been in the game for a year, maybe two. Yeah. Fun thing I like to do is I like to go to their oldest videos. Like the first ones, bro. Yeah. So you look at their first like 30 videos, and I've noticed a trend. The views are definitely higher than they were when they uploaded them, because I think a lot of people go back and watch their old shit. But ignoring the views, but actually looking at the type of content, bro, rarely does the YouTuber that is now very successful, their first like 30 videos have anything to do with the content that they're putting out now.
Yeah.
I've always noticed that the first 30 videos you put on YouTube, around that number, is completely different. It's some random shit. Like, they're trying to do vlogs.
They're trying everything.
They were trying to do all these different things, and nothing was sticking. And then you look
they find the one thing that's
and you see this one video that got more views than the other, and then they're like, and I'm sure they're like, okay, this kind of cool. And then they tried it again, and then maybe they try to do a vlog and it didn't get any views, and then they're like, shit. And next you know, they're making like the same type of video over and over again, and then their channel starts to grow.
Yeah.
And now they've literally found their niche.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say now, like, when you're on YouTube, the niche you might want to do going in might not be the one, yo. It might not be the one. I think you should experiment, is what I'm trying to say, on YouTube.
Yeah. Play around with it.
Play around with different things.
I know there were a lot of musicians who, I know they're probably still trying, but they started and maybe they tried to put their songs on, wasn't getting traction. They did a cover, one cover blew up, and then now they become a cover channel. Yeah. And then they try to, you know, those ones, once they have like 1 million subscribers, they try to put their original songs in, but nobody's fucking with those.
Keep that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, there's this one guy who, he does like scary, like, YouTube stories and shit, right? I watch some spooky shit sometimes. And like his first few videos, his face was in them, and he was doing like talking head to the camera and maybe like B-roll, and eventually he removed his face and he wasn't in them anymore, and they started doing well. Like, it was just voiceover. And I noticed they started doing well after that, and I was like, okay, maybe they don't like his face, bro.
Remember that one client we had, that girl that she just on YouTube, she had like over, what was it, 300 or something, like 300,000 subscribers, some shit. I can't remember the exact number.
Yeah. Haley Reese.
All she did was she just told stories. And what was it like?
Was it scary?
It wasn't scary stories, but it was like real like ghost stories.
True like crime or true
like
ghost
that.
Stories. Yeah. That's literally was her channel. Like a story time, but like for like ghost stories.
Yeah. And like that's what she did. And she had her own little place.
Yeah.
And of course, again, guys, this takes time, and you're not gonna just pop off.
No, that's the thing. That's a whole ass. My girlfriend watches those videos.
She worked enough and she did enough of those videos, so now she has her own little spot wherever the fuck she lives and wherever, you know, she just records her videos there, and it's not a crazy setup. She used like a freaking like a shower curtain that she liked.
Yeah, we were in the house of like a legit like middle tier YouTuber that makes a living, just enough to make a good decent living.
Yeah,
you know, and she's just, you know, shooting shit in her bedroom, really, and That's it.
With a shower curtain and some lights you get from Canadian Tire.
Yeah. Should check her channel after this.
I wonder.
See how much it's grown since then.
I wonder.
I wonder. She's at like 1 million now, randomly.
Probably.
I haven't looked since then. But no, that is a niche. My girlfriend watches a lot of those videos. A lot of women do those like true crime story time things. And a lot of them
they're big on podcasts too.
A lot of true crime on podcasts is huge. But they do it, and a lot of them do it with makeup. Just to cater to women more. So they put their makeup on while fucking telling stories, like scary stories.
Well, see, that's the thing with YouTube is like you can really capitalize on these like very specific skills or things that you have. You know, like if you happen to be good at makeup and telling fucking stories, like that's something that you can put together and then create like a whole brand off of it, right?
Like I've told my girlfriend, she's not in the industry fully yet, but I told her, yo, when you become a full-time funeral director, you have to make a YouTube channel about that shit.
Yeah.
Like there's people like you that are interested about that.
And you wouldn't think so because you think funeral director.
There's already a successful YouTuber that does it. She has like a couple million.
That's a niche market for people that are interested.
But how many funeral directors are making YouTube videos? Not a lot, because most of them are old fuckers. A lot of funeral directors are old ass people, like 70-year-old, 67-year-olds. They're not on YouTube.
Yeah.
But the younger demographics coming up could start making that content. So I just told her, yo, honestly, that's a untapped market. That's an untapped thing that you need to get into. There's only a couple people that do it right now, and they're big. So remember though, you have to be entertaining though on YouTube, regardless in some way.
Yeah.
Entertaining or
and it can be hard
to
look in on yourself on that, but the metrics kind of help, you know, if whatever people are really attracted to, and the comments and stuff help, you know.
And your first however many videos Ian was saying earlier, 30 or 100 even.
Yeah, I can't up to that.
You're not gonna really know how to talk. You're not gonna know how to look on camera. You know what I mean? You're gonna figure it out though along the way. And if you're lucky enough, you'll gain an audience where they give you that type of feedback.
Yeah.
I was a little more natural getting into YouTube. I don't know about you, but I was, simply because I've been kind of making YouTube videos since I was like 14.
I feel like I was natural too, just because I don't mind talking on camera. I'm not nervous, you know? Like I'm not shy. Like I don't, and I also just don't give a fuck what people say.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm not like worried.
But yeah, it is weird talking to an object.
When you're alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you'll get used to it. Like follow us, twitch.tv/nostalgia. Starting up the streams and stuff like that, even when I was just doing the music, you kind of figure out just how to talk to yourself.
Yeah.
You just talk by yourself and just kind of just narrate what's going on, or even just your thoughts in your head. And it works out. Twitch is another option as well. If you're not on Twitch, you're not streaming on there, you'd be surprised how many people are actually on Twitch that have a good following, and they've been doing it for years, like 5 years. And some of them are just it's gaming and stuff like that. Some of them is ASMR. Some of them it's fucking, like I've been saying, VR chat. Some of them, I've seen just like guys and girls just walk around. People just want to watch a live stream where you're just walking around.
Yeah,
dude. There's a guy in Toronto. I don't know why it popped up on maybe because you watched it.
You talking about the hood things where the guy just walks around the different blocks?
That shit was in my recommendations. Maybe you watched it. That's why. But I already know that guy.
Oh, okay.
He's been doing it for years.
Yeah.
I watched his videos maybe like a year ago too. Yeah, it's just crazy. He just drives around hoods in America with his dash cam, and that's it. That's the whole content. He doesn't talk.
And
he might do a random interview randomly. He's done it a couple times, but
and you make money off of that because that's your content.
Has like 300,000 subscribers and gets like a lot of views.
Yeah,
it's kind of weird. It's kind of fucked. Like people are watching hoods like it's like a specimen, but it is.
I mean,
your ops are watching it. You know, white people are like, I wonder what.
It's like that Vince Staples video.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Literally, that's what it is.
I appreciate the dude is of color, so
that
does it. So at least it's not a white guy doing it.
Just driving around. Yeah, we're going to Compton today.
Yeah. But I was gonna say another thing. There's a guy in Toronto. I forgot his name. I don't know how he does this, because I feel like it's so dangerous once he gets bigger. He has like 34,000 subscribers. He does Toronto city walks where he walks around the city.
Yeah.
And he live streams it. But I'm like, mans could pull up on you because they know where you are.
That's what happens sometimes. Sometimes it's scary. Like shit like that would happen.
Why would you live stream where you are?
I even I watched this girl. She was walking around. Where was she? She was walking around Osaka, around like Dotonbori, and like some guy. Literally, he just thought she was cute, and he tried to talk to her. And then she's like, no, like I'm trying to just chill, eat my lunch, you know. And then he followed her everywhere she was walking, and he like ended up grabbing her boob
Oh god.
And she like flipped.
Was
She's
she
like,
recording it?
Yeah, it's all on stream. Like
Oh,
everybody on Twitch was watching this shit to the point where somebody like they sent in a dono, and you can send in like different types of donos and shit like that. But it was literally a voice like audio recording of a woman screaming, so the guy would just get away from her. And that's the scary part of that shit. But hey,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know?
But even that guy from Toronto, I'm like, dude, I could like pull up your stream when I'm downtown and just like track you.
Yeah.
Go and literally pull up on you. I don't know what I would do, but you know what I mean.
Exactly.
Like, I don't know what
it's
someone.
just scary to think that.
I don't know. Like that's kind of
anybody's gonna know where you're at right now.
Yeah, it's kind of. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
I like those pre-recorded ones where they're just walking around. Those are sick. The ones you sometimes play as background noise.
Yeah.
Walking around in Tokyo at night
Yeah.
with a GoPro.
While it's raining.
Yeah, it's just cool.
Yeah.
Those people are doing well. But live streaming is weird, especially when you get a lot of followers, which he's starting to grow a lot. I don't know how.
Yeah, I guess it's just something you don't really think about until you get big. Then it's
Yeah.
something you worry about. But some people,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if they worry, but you should be if you have like a fucking million people.
And it's
who might know
interesting
where
if you
are.
compare those people's followings on like Twitch, for example, they'll have hundreds of thousands of followers on Twitch, and then on a YouTube channel they'll have like 2K.
Yeah,
3.
yeah,
But it's just it's just different platforms.
Yeah.
and different stuff that you're doing, right? I really fuck with Twitch. I feel like Twitch has been a thing, and it's been on. I don't want to say the come up, but it kind of has been. I feel like more people are starting to pay more attention to it.
Right.
So yeah, if you can start up your live streams, whether you're walking around the hood just block, your op block, or playing some video games, doing some ASMR, or even just talking, people just talk.
yeah.
Like
This is definitely the time for it. I
Yeah.
think there's people are home more than. That's why I
Right,
started
yeah.
getting on Twitch is because I just need something on TV now.
Kevin's been doing some Twitch shit.
Yeah.
Like-
Well, yeah, I've been doing. Yeah, I'm starting to think about like what I can do for Twitch, but then also I've just been looking at like
Yeah,
people a lot
true.
more too, and just because it's really easy, like it's so hard to have like find like TV shit to put on the back, like because I just need something on the background.
Yeah,
Because
same.
like
Yeah.
when you're working at home a lot, like you just need something on,
Mm-hmm.
and then also like something where you have the ability to like you can just have the visuals on, and then if you're you're taking a break, you can watch the whole thing.
Yeah.
Or if you're like your eyes are occupied by something else and you need to listen to something, like if you're reading, like you need that kind of like double content, and
Yeah.
Twitch is really good for that because like video games and people just like streaming music, you can get both.
That's what I do while I'm editing. I usually just
Yeah.
hop on Twitch and I'll just put on a stream.
Yeah.
Whoever's streaming like Your Rage or something.
Yeah.
Or whoever. DJ Academics even sometimes. I might watch one of his streams and it's just there. And I'll have the audio that I'm editing. Like if I'm editing a music video, I'll have that in my headphones, and then I'll have the actual stream going on my speakers.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know? And then that way I could just take
Yeah,
off my
exactly.
headphone, put it on whenever I need to, pay attention if I want to. If I'm taking a break, all right, cool. I'm watching somebody play Rust or whatever game, yeah, it's a good opportunity.
And then
for a
like
lot
you
of
can
people.
chat, you can talk to them when you're active. You can like you don't have to watch the chat at all. Like
Yeah.
it's just it's a more like fluid type of content that I think it's really, especially like where we are right now, like with the stay at home, like it's just yeah.
Right.
And if you get enough people to fuck with you, I'm not saying this is your goal, but donations. You get
Exactly,
donations
yeah.
coming in
Yeah.
from people that just want to make sure that that you hear their message to you.
Yeah.
So they'll pay their $3 or whatever to make sure you read their message, or they'll just send in money just because they fuck with you and
Yeah.
you've maybe helped them through a hard time, because you never know. Like I was watching this other guy's stream, this guy named Joe Ico. And he's like friends with Berleezy and other guys on YouTube and stuff, and PG on YouTube. And he was just playing Apex Legends, and this girl was just like, "Yo, you guys don't know what you've done for me. Like you and your friends have saved my life."
Yeah.
And she sent him $1,000.
Holy shit.
And he was like, "What the fuck?" Like
Yeah.
he's just going off. And she's like, "No, like literally, you guys have literally saved my life. Like
Yeah.
watching your streams, and you guys literally just play video games and just joke around, like
Yeah.
just do regular day shit, has saved my life." So
Yeah.
she sent him $1,000. I'm like, yeah, that's on the extreme end of things,
Saved
but
my
it can
life.
happen, you know?
Maybe.
See, but no, it
Wow.
kind of shows a point where like Twitch, especially, like you feel like you're part of the experience of
yeah.
whatever's going on.
Exactly.
Depending on whoever's streaming,
Yeah.
but like if it's a good streamer, like they make you feel like you're with them,
Yeah,
like you're in the conversation. Yeah. you're hanging out, which is what it's for, right? It's like sometimes you just want another presence in the room.
That's literally that's kind of the same mentality why reactions are very,
exactly. That's why YouTube is popping the way it is right now too. Same thing.
I understand a lot of people hate on reactions, but there's a legitimate like interest in reactions, obviously based on how many channels have blown up on it. People like it. People like to watch other people
just think about
enjoy some of their favorite movies.
If you've ever shown anybody something and you've looked over at them, that's
exactly that's the same feeling.
Them, like
it's the same shit.
Like I mean, on a small scale, like you've never shown your friend a YouTube video. Yeah. And yo, bro, look at this. Yeah. Watch it. Isn't it funny, right? Yeah. It's kind of like that. You're watching your friend react to that. So on a bigger scale, movies and music videos and whatever the fuck you can react to anything. People like it. Fortunately, it's just a copyright mess. Yeah. So that's the only downside to the whole thing.
Yeah, you're not getting paid for that shit.
But with Twitch, we were talking about it last week. Like, there's so many less regulations still, so you can kind of do whatever the fuck you want, so long as it's not like you're producing pieces of content that last that could be flagged later. But if you're streaming anything, you can watch a movie with mans. You can
literally
play video
Twitch
games,
and watch a movie, watch TV shows with their viewers.
Yeah.
Like,
you could do anything.
That's sick.
And it's sick, and people are just involved. You know what I mean? And then what they'll do is
YouTube.
They'll record that video. They will record their stream and then cut it up a little bit, drop that on YouTube. Yeah. And then people are like, "Oh shit! Like, when are you doing the next live stream? Because I want to be a part of it." Yeah. You know, because they want to see that shit happen in real time. You know, they don't want to wait for your video where they weren't involved and all they can do is comment down below. They want to comment in time. Even some streamers would be like, "Yo, shouts out YouTube right now because this is what we're gonna start recording our video." So shouts out YouTube, and people in the comments be like, "Hey, hi YouTube." People want to be a part of that shit. You know what I mean? It's like it's the little things.
It's that shit, like when you turn on any basketball game or any fucking event, and they have the live tweets now where they tell people use this hashtag and you could be on TV. Like, it's that same kind of feeling, that same chemical reaction you feel of when you type something, and except with Twitch, it's like that person can literally respond to you, which is it's exciting, right? Especially if it's somebody that you look up to or whatever. Doesn't need to. It can just be a regular person. Doesn't matter, like.
Yeah, very much so.
Hop into the YouTube world. Hop into the Twitch world. Hop into the live stream worlds and see how you could flip that. Yeah. Because there's definitely lots of markets. Again, like the stupidest things you could think of.
Like, I feel like the easiest way
you're able to do it
to get into it is to like start looking on these sites for things that you like. Because even like you don't need to be somebody who wants to make money off of these things, but I feel like these, like YouTube and Twitch, they offer different types of content from what you might be normally used to, that like it's just alternative content that you wouldn't get from watching what we're used to, right? Like, it's just new. YouTube and Twitch are like just so new, so people are figuring this out now, and you're like, oh shit, like that's possible. Like, I could watch something where a man is doing this and this and this.
Literally the other day, just because I was just interested, I saw an ASMR stream and I just hopped into one. Yeah, and it's just some cute girl, and all she was doing was just whispering into the mic. She wasn't even doing anything sexy, bro. Yeah. She was just talking.
Bruh.
Thanks for the
Did she have viewers?
Thanks for the dono, guys. She had like over I think 20 racks. People just viewing. And then I looked at her followers. She has over 300,000.
ASMR thing. I've
never understood it either. It's not for me.
Yeah. Well, shout out to you guys, whatever.
But she was just whispering into the mic the whole stream. She's like,
cool.
Thanks, guys. And just talking about her day.
I think that niche is very much oversaturated. So I don't know how you get into now, but But
be cute.
You could try. Yeah. I'm sure there's ways to do it differently.
Yeah, you could figure out ways to do it.
You know what I mean? ASMR could be.
Do some ASMR gaming, bro. You're clicking in your fucking.
Yeah, like something like that. Sick, people do it with food, right? Yeah. ASMR eating. Yeah. Right. So I'm sure you could do ASMR something that is like, nice sounding. I know I saw on a couple pages I follow, people listen to ASMR film. So like you loading film and the sound of loading film and cranking it and playing with the lenses.
Unbox Therapy does that now. He has specific he doesn't do his unboxings the same anymore. He does ASMR unboxings.
That's crazy.
So he just has a video where he doesn't say shit anymore. He unboxes the product, peels off the plastic, opens up the box. He might play with the product in his hand a little bit, and literally that's
fucking
it.
sick.
And he'll get millions of views for it, and that's all the video is. And then he'll do his review now.
Yeah.
He doesn't, because before he would just open it up and just, you know, talk while he's doing shit. And then he learned that people were interested in just hearing.
Can you imagine, like, yeah, he's doing like these unboxing videos and then he's getting enough comments where it's like, yo, bro, like this video's sick, but next time could you like just shut up for a little bit and just let me hear and let me just hear that?
And he's like, what the?
Let me hear that box open. Yeah? Like,
open that box. I want to hear you open your box.
What other ideas? I'm sure you could do like ASMR cooking or something where it's like
for sure.
That'd be sick. Yeah.
Different chopping up like food and shit and
like
stirring.
bacon sizzling, you know?
Yeah,
like,
something like that.
Yeah.
I'm sure you set up a mic by your stove, you set up a mic by your cutting board. I don't know. I'm sure there's different things.
There's also
there's lots of things you can do.
music from the next room. People listen to that shit when they're trying to go to sleep.
Oh, bro, that's a whole thing on YouTube. Like,
Yeah, my girl
for like
listens to
20
that
hours streaming, like, what is it, like Weekend in the bathroom or some shit.
Yeah.
To hear like Weekend songs,
Yeah.
but it's
but
like
it sounds like it's in the washroom.
you're in the washroom,
or you're in the washroom,
and it sounds
sorry.
like it's playing outside.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like
my
this
girl-
weird, like sounds like you're underwater type of shit.
My girl loves the
Yeah.
Christmas ones, Christmas music from the next room. And it just sounds like, so she's in this
She
one
wants to
room
sound
and
like
she's
she's
playing
in a
it.
mall.
No, not in a mall, but like it's Christmas time, and then like somebody's just, you know, maybe setting up the Christmas tree or something, or just setting up the lights in the next room.
True.
And you're asleep. And it's just cozy. You
Yeah.
just feel warm.
Those ones are funny.
You know, it's just random shit like that people like, yo. It's just weird.
You can make that stuff, guys. Like you can.
Yeah, man, you can honestly make a lot of just
There's
stupid
YouTube
shit.
channels, believe it or not, guys. There's lots of YouTube channels you don't even have to fucking be in.
Yep.
yeah.
The videos. You know, there's, I don't know about now, because it's probably like spammy, but like when TikTok first came out, bro, people were making top 10 TikTok videos.
Yeah.
All they were doing was
compilations.
All they're doing was stealing TikTok videos, editing it together in whatever software they have, and then they posted it, and they're just playing TikToks back to back, top 10 TikToks.
That's the
And they
same
did that
shit,
with
yeah.
Vines
And
before, and that was all
Yep.
fucking. People were making fucking hundreds of thousands of dollars a year doing that shit. It's so dumb, like,
Yep.
but it
Other
worked.
people's content.
It so worked. Literally uploading top 10 TikToks, and they grow to like a
Fight
channel.
comps. Yeah.
Fight comps
comps.
grow to channel like fucking 5 million
Yep.
subscribers. It's crazy.
Yeah, man.
Crazy.
Your,
You could do,
your ideas aren't as small as you think they are.
Yeah.
you know.
You'd be surprised the shit that you can do, and people will fuck.
You just gotta believe in it. You just gotta fuck with it.
Yeah,
you know.
just keep it consistent and figure out a way to make it quality.
Yeah.
You know, and keep it different. And you could be a pioneer. There was a time on YouTube where nobody was doing fucking 2K gameplay.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
Chris Smooth came by and he did it, and now we have a whole 2K community.
Yeah.
On
Now you got
YouTube.
like LB popped off because of one of those 2K like highlight comp videos, and his music was being played in it. You know, like
Yeah, you can blow up as an artist on YouTube too. I always like to think of Joji as an example. Mm-hmm. Dude, that dude was Filthy Frank before he was fucking
You just think about that stuff.
Joji, which was kind of crazy. And they're like completely different people. Like his character there, and then Joji is completely different. But I think it definitely did help his career.
Yep.
Definitely, because
People
knew
forget
who he was.
Childish Gambino was a YouTuber.
Yeah.
Started on YouTube, guys.
Technically, Bieber was a YouTuber. Technically.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, he got discovered on YouTube.
Soulja Boy.
Yeah.
Soulja Boy, legend. Legend.
Everybody
Bro.
knows Soulja Boy is the YouTube legend.
Yeah.
Yeah. He self-proclaimed, but yeah.
I don't know why this guy's a hater, bro.
Stoves.
Yeah, that's just hard, bro. I don't know what else you want, bro. Like, I don't know what to say to you.
Stoves.
But a lot of the shit we're doing, a lot of the shit people are doing, wouldn't be happening if
Yep.
Soulja Boy didn't come through and show us it was possible
Yep.
to make money.
Bro,
on the
ringtone,
internet.
making money off of a song
Ringtone?
that
The
turns into a
ringtone game is sick.
ringtone,
The
bro.
ringtone game is sick.
Like,
The ringtone. I don't know.
The man went platinum off a ringtone, bro.
off of
Like,
a ringtone.
This was before smartphones. So we had the flip phones, the ringtone, because everyone had these weird. I don't know. Everyone went through a phase of weird ringtones when they had flip phones and shit, old Nokias and shit. I feel like people now, you kind of have like a weird one, but like most people have the regular iPhone one.
Yeah,
But-
I don't. Yeah, I can't do the basics. Yeah, I like my Navi. I got Navi saying, "Hey, listen," on my when I get a text. So, you know, that's how I know it's me. And people hear that like, "Oh, that's Jamal's."
yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody else can do that out here.
It's a Zelda reference, right?
Fuckers. Yeah. Y'all don't know about Navi.
That's a good point though, because mans are always, when a phone goes off, mans are like, oh, whose phone is that? Then change your fucking change your fucking ring. Yeah.
Well, we're all
Get that
trying to be
kiss me through the
basic.
phone, bro.
You hear basic, and everybody picks up their phone. I've just never wanted to be that guy. Yeah,
Also, the Kim Possible one's basic. Don't do that.
don't do the Kim Possible.
That I feel like every fucking chick in, I think every girl in like high school had that shit. Every white girl in high school had that
I
shit.
almost fought a girl because of that shit. Turn that fucking shit off. But yeah, yo, guys, just think about, all the different ways that you can make passive income.
Where's
You
the
can make
soundboard, Yoda?
income with a little bit of work.
We should add that.
There's so many different ways you could make a bunch of streams of income. Like we're saying, this is gonna be one for us in the future, and in time. Podcasting, YouTube, making music, making videos. That's all the type of shit we're involved in right now.
Yeah.
So once those things start to pick up, we'll have several ways of making money that soon will also turn into passive, because we'll either have so much stuff out that we don't even have to do anything anymore.
And they're just making money off of it.
Or we'll just have a team that handles the shit for us, and all we have to do is just show up.
Yeah.
So that's what it is.
Like
it takes time,
Seth MacFarlane created Family Guy, then American Dad, Cleveland Show, all these shows come out.
He did movies.
He's doing the voices for like American Dad and like all those shows now. Family Guy, he doesn't write anymore.
Yeah.
Before he used to write and direct all those episodes. Now he comes in and does Stewie's lines, does Peter's lines, does Stan's lines, and cuts. And he makes 3 bags.
He's the exec, bro.
Yeah.
Plus, he probably gets like a huge portion of it, anyways.
He probably does. Just
He's
because
like
that's
exec-
him.
Yeah, exactly.
He's a creator. So yeah. He's a showrunner, I believe.
Yeah.
So,
Just think about it.
this is an
And like so all these things that we are started and we're in right now, and we're hoping that some or all of them become passive income. There are things that we enjoy doing no matter what. Like, we're doing them now because we know we do them for free.
Yeah, exactly.
Of course, we know we're continuing to do them when we're continuing to grow them, because we know the potential they have and that they can become passive sources of income. But the fact that we enjoy doing them, that's the most important part. Is like, we're not gonna stop because it's fun, Like the thing we did today, I'm just like, yo, like mans get paid for that. Like,
yeah, and even if it's just to cover that,
yeah,
I'm fucking fine.
Yeah, like if you just get a free meal from Dad, that's great.
That's it. And we were talking about this. Like, as long as for us, for example, for the podcast, sponsor wise, if we're able to cover the things that we do not need to buy anymore. So if that's like covering weed and beer, for example,
weed and beer,
that's something you no longer have to pay for. That's almost like making money.
Exactly.
So
in a way, yes.
In a way, it's like if a company were to send us Lost Craft, for example, we've been trying to do that for however long. If they were just to send us alcohol, that means we no longer have to buy alcohol.
Bro, comment on that. Like, that's why rich people don't buy shit.
Yep.
People like Drake and whatever, they don't buy shit.
Yep.
People sending them everything
Yeah,
for
people
free.
sending
They send the whole wardrobe for free.
Yep.
Gucci's sending them something for free. Nike sends them care packages every month. Bro.
Also, like when
Doesn't have to buy shit.
when these guys sign those Nike deals, these exclusive deals or whatever, their wardrobe is gonna bleed. Like they can get whatever the fuck they want at that point.
Yeah. Yeah, because they're paying them to wear it, literally. So
man.
that's just
Even if you got to think about it that way. So if it's figuring out a way for you not to have to pay for the things that your vices, for example.
Yeah. Or like, things that are taking up a lot of your income, and
if you don't have to pay for Netflix anymore, for example, Netflix definitely isn't handing out any more sponsors, but if they were, get that discount code in, bruh. Because then you have the people that are following you paying for your Netflix. They don't know the fuck, because they just thought, oh yeah, we got 20% off of this shit.
Yeah,
but you took care of my Netflix for the month.
Yeah,
so think about that shit, guys. It's a lot of things you've been making money off of. You just gotta find it. There's a lot of money out here. You just gotta figure out how to get it, and that's the hardest part, I will say.
That's the hardest part, yeah. Because it takes time, effort. You have to be talented to some degree. There's a little bit of luck. So, there's a bunch of shit going on.
Yeah, yo.
So
we're gonna call it a pod for today. Lost and Talks podcast, episode 67, the Money Pod, Money Bags. We talk stocks today.
not financial advisors, none of us.
None of us.
Nope.
So don't hit me up when your YouTube channel fails.
Don't invest in GME, bro, and that shit go. That shit goes to $2 tomorrow. I'm sorry.
We'll see.
We never said anything about anything. I don't think we said invest in anything.
No.
If you started a Twitch stream and it fails, yeah, sue
That's
us.
your
I don't
fault.
give a fuck,
Learn
bro.
about
Yeah.
the
You're
stock.
trash.
I said learn about the stock market, understand how it works, and invest on your own terms. That's all I said. And it's a good idea to do so as young as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. Okay.
Figure out your thing, guys. That's it, yo.
Yeah.
Follow the Twitch though. Follow our Twitch. If you're
Follow our
if you're not
Twitch.
gonna make one, you might as well follow ours.
Exactly.
So twitch.tv/Lost in Nostalgia. And is there anything else? R.I.P. Kobe. Shit, man. R.I.P. Kobe.
I'm not laughing. It's just that you do mention that every time.
You laughed.
I'm not laughing at it. I'm
You're
just.
disrespectful.
Come on, man. How are you gonna end it like this? Come on.
What do you mean? How am I gonna end it like this, yo? It's R.I.P. Kobe every day till I die, bro.
No, it's
till
true.
it's my turn.
Shit. Come on, man. Fuck, man.
Anyways, we'll catch you guys in the next one, yo.
Later.